Yeah, it was good. I think obviously the way Duff and Hennon started at the top, a little bit of juice on the surface. They use their skill sets perfectly, and then set the tone for the rest of us to kind of come in and play our roles. Was that sorry?
Do you feel like you had England on the ropes?
It's hard to say. I mean, only one team sort of bet on it. You don't really know what the wicket would have played out like for us as a batting innings. I think we were reasonably happy with how we went about it. On a surface we didn't really know how I was going to play this early in the summer. So, we were happy, I guess, at the halfway mark. But what it would have played out like, I guess we'll never know.
Is it particularly unusual for you to be playing in international cricket this time of year in New Zealand? Obviously, domestic season hasn't really got going. Does it feel sort of out of season for you?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we've had a week, so it kind of feels like we're in season well and truly now. But yeah, it is early, and like in the sense of you just probably don't understand the conditions quite as well as what you would when we traditionally play international cricket here. So you're trying to get a bit of a read, probably more around how domestic games have gone early season. But yeah, it's a little bit foreign, but it's kind of the nature of things these days with the schedules. Yeah, I think one thing sort of here is it can traditionally be quite quick and do quite a bit, but not so much early season. So it takes a bit once the weather sort of heats up and the pitch sort of hardens up a little bit. You get a little bit more pace in it as you get closer to Christmas and outside of Christmas. So we're unsure around what the pace was going to be like. You're sort of obviously hopeful with it being sort of middle of October that you get a little bit of assistance, but yeah, the pace probably not what it would be sort of later in the year.
Other than two kind of costly drops, the big performances from the strong, and obviously bowling, every bowler got one wicket, shared with round. So overall, disappointing not to get a result, but a positive start to the series.
Yeah, I think we made some good improvements from last week or the week before when we played Aussie. I think that was obviously really important to us to take those learnings. We had a good couple of days at the start of the week around I guess how we wanted to operate as a group, not only on the park but off the field as well. So trying to take some of that moving forward, and obviously there's some really important cricket coming up as well that you're wanting to try and build towards. So just growth really, as long as we're continuing on that sort of path, and that's sort of a win for us, and that's what success looks like regardless of what the result looks like.
This season's team, they're that deep, and that's how they hope to win games. But if you have held those couple of catches, you pretty much burst through the whole of that batting lineup and without conceding any runs. So that is a big confidence boost for the last two games.
Yeah, I mean it's probably hard to say, not knowing I guess how the game would have played out. I guess from both sides, only judge on our sort of performance. I guess we're happy with where we're at, but I mean, it's hard. We're a very process-driven team, so our plans, our execution is what we'll sort of base our success on. And yes, whilst I guess the outcome, looked pretty good today. It was, we I guess probably happy around probably how we went about things, and like you said, there's things to improve on. It obviously would have been nice to hold those catches, but it's a very sort of tough catching ground at times too. So just good start to the series and good, I guess, growth from the last couple of weeks against Aussie.
I suppose we've got your back situation. Is that all behind you now? You had quite a tough ride in the last few years, haven't you? With having to really come back, and I guess your career being on the line. How satisfying has it been to come back and be back out there?
Oh yeah, hugely. I mean, you never know if it's behind you or not. Really, you're hopeful and you're trying to do every little thing to keep it as far behind you as possible. But sometimes it's the nature of what we do, and like you said, had a bit of a tough run, and it was a tough run, but happy to kind of be back on the park and I guess trying to put some distance between I guess the injury time and I guess the current date. So feel like I'm in a good place now, and still obviously within 12 months of returning to play, so I know there's still a long way to go. Definitely not out of the woods yet, I guess, in a sense, but I'm able to play cricket, and that was something that was like a very real possibility to not be the case sort of 12, 18 months ago. So I'm playing, and that's a win enough for me.
Did it come close to you thinking, this might be over for me?
I mean, it was something I had to definitely consider. It was that sort of career mortality really is sitting within the first sort of, at the time, within the first sort of 2, 3, 4 weeks, there wasn't a huge amount of options. No one was really giving me anything. And when you're sort of sitting there and you're going, well, there's nothing in front of me, there's no options, you're kind of looking at like, well, maybe that is the path, right? And you have to face it, because if you don't, then you'll neglect something that'll keep you playing. But I sort of had a gut feel, and I was pretty confident that there was further answers out there, and luckily for me, I found it at 29 and didn't find it at 39, 49, and had to, I guess, sit back and regret not knowing. So yeah, luckily for me, I found some answers, sort of put some of that stuff into practice, and still ongoing with it. And I'm playing cricket now, so yeah, that's a pretty good.
Isn't that Henry sort of inspiration in that regard? That's how was, had his own career on the line and come through it and never look backward.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of examples of guys that have had, I guess, some tougher moments and come back from it, not just within our camp, but around the game, different sports. There's a constant narrative, I guess, of guys that are had their own sort of battles outside of on the field, and it's not hard to find inspiration for sure. And yeah, there was something that I sort of looked towards, and there's a number of guys that I sort of seeked inspiration from. And well, look, I mean, you can look at the way Pat Cummins has had a pretty good career post his troubles early on. Joff's come back pretty well, and obviously on the cusp of an Ashes series, and but also watching sort of NBA, and you see guys that do ACLs and Achilles and stuff, and historically they've been sort of career enders, and they've come back and been just as good, if not better. So yeah, plenty of examples out there that if you sort of do the right work and find the right answers, that you can still have a career, and a pretty good one too. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the two boys at the top did a great job, and all three of us are sort of fighting for a new ball at this moment, and whoever kind of gets it is obviously doing their job, and just trying to, I guess, work in tandem around what those roles look like. It's a little bit different for myself coming through the middle and back into the power play than what I've done historically, but that's sort of part of the challenge that's in front of me at the moment, as to how do I adapt to that role, and what are the kind of skill sets and plans that I've got to put in place that I guess are different to what I would do if I was bowling the first 3 overs. So yeah, obviously all sort of slightly different in our own way, and I guess try to skin the cat a little bit differently, but about, yeah, like you said, coming together as a unit and trying to, I guess, attack the opposition for 20 overs as opposed to, I guess, our own individual roles. Oh, it's awesome. I love playing at Hagley myself, and when it's sold out, it's even better. It's tough to beat in this country, I reckon, and yeah, just a great crowd. You always get them down in Christchurch. Those Cantabrians are great supporters, and even with the weather, they sort of stuck around and got around it. So yeah, it was great tonight, and hopefully it'll be even better on Monday. Thanks, guys.